Hello everyone, I'd like to give you some quick hints on how to correct and reflect for the quiz, because the area quiz did not go very well. So number one, it's a parallelogram, and didn't tell you what it was, but I gave you area equals base times height. You want the base times the height. Multiply those two together. Be careful about your units. Units for area would be meters squared. Units for perimeter, that's a distance, would be meters. To get the perimeter, you just have to add up all the sides. Number two looks challenging. You know that the formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. But we've never seen a triangle like this. Well, if we rotate this, we can make it into a triangle like one we've seen. There's the base. There's the height. Multiply those two together, take half of that, and you have your answer. Now here's a trapezoid. I know the trapezoid formula is hard to remember, so I gave it to you. If you didn't remember what it was, it's the one that looks difficult. So you take, and this is one way to do it, but you take 1/2 of the base plus the other base, so 8 plus 5, and then you multiply that by the height. So the base plus the base, 13 times 3, half of that, you get your answer. The other way to do it would have been, even though these triangles here are not congruent, some people found the answer by saying that this was 1.5 and this was 1.5, and then finding this as a rectangle, that one being 15 as a rectangle. And it worked. And it wasn't exactly right, but it still got the right answer. On the back, area of a circle involves the radius, which is 5, so that would be pi times the radius again, pi r squared. And the circumference would be pi times the diameter. The diameter is all the way across. So all the way across, that's 10 feet. So this should have been pi times d, feet, and the area should have been feet squared. Now this one messed some people up. The problem was this measurement appears as if it would stop there. But if you remember how these problems work, that's impossible. If this is 2 and this is 2, then this part here is 4. 6 is all the way across. And this is one of those questions where if there was any confusion, you should have asked. So you could have found this in a few ways. You could have taken the area of this trapezoid here and then added the area of half of this circle. The area of this circle is pi times the radius, which would be pi times 2 times 2. But we don't want the area of a whole circle, we want the area of a half circle. So this answer here, you would cut it in half, or divide it by 2. The answer for this circle would end up being 6.28 meters squared, because it's just pi times 2. Since we're dividing that in half, then you add that to the area of this trapezoid. And I already went over how to get the area of a trapezoid. 6. Is this number rational or irrational? Square root of 3 looks like this. If you put it into your calculator, it's going to go on forever. I mean, it goes all the way to the end of the calculator, and irrational. And the definition of irrational, one of them was the square root of a number that is not a perfect square. Is this number rational or irrational? It's rational. It is a terminating decimal. It could be written as the ratio of two integers, 3/2, 3/2. Last thing, oh my goodness, go back and check that you put the correct unit of measurement for each shape. Actually, I had people who didn't do this. So correct and reflect today, and then work on your Be Nice project. It's due tomorrow. We have the rubric for you, the grade requirements, so I'd like you to look at that and turn in the best project you possibly can. Thanks.